Before we begin, I'm trying to reach 10,000 subscribers before the end of the year to make all these special videos, so if you like the content here, please consider subscribing to help fulfill Project 10K. Thank you. Now on to the video. Hello everybody, and welcome back to Ty's Cars Book Club, where we take a look at different Cars books. For the past several episodes of the series, I've been reviewing comics from the Cars Comics Treasury. But I decided to take a break from that big 700-page book to take a look at a different Cars book for today's episode. You see, in the background, while I've been doing all of these different videos on the Cars Comic Treasury, I've actually been building up a bit of a Cars book collection for future episodes of the series. This book, a 2011 Cars 2 tie-in called Racing Rivals, is one that my mom found at a community book sale a few weeks ago and she picked up for me. I saw it, I thought it looked absolutely adorable. While usually I like doing blind reactions for these videos, this was such a simple little kid's book, I decided to read through it about a week ago, and I absolutely loved it. I knew I had to make this the next episode of Ty's Cars Book Club. This book is everything that I look for when I'm looking for a Cars story. It's got this great art style, which I love so much, a great blend of looking like the characters, but also being stylized in its own way. It gives us some fun new content that expands the world of Cars. I just love seeing how these little books include new Cars content, expand the world, give us new stories. And this one I think you'll find particularly interesting because it actually adds additional parts to Cars 2. It adds to McQueen's story and gives him a bit more to do. This whole book is Cars 2 from McQueen's perspective, but then it expands past that, shows you some of the events that sort of happen during the movie that we don't see, some events after, etc., etc., and I think that makes it really cool. So let's get into it. This is the front cover. This is the back cover. It's the exact same. As you can see, it's published by Random House. Unfortunately, no author or illustrator credited on the cover here, but you could say it was written by Evan Shine and illustrated by Josh Holtzclaw. That is such a hardcore last name. I wish my last name were that cool. You can see more of this really, really fun art style. It was released in 2011, or at the very least, the copyright date is for 2011, so maybe it was released afterwards. I'm not entirely sure. We're going to be going all the way through this book, taking a look at it, and reading through it. As you can see, we start with the beginning of Cars 2 with McQueen accurately in his Hudson Hornet Piston Cup design. Very well translated here. I love this art style so much. I can't praise it enough. I think it looks so fun. It's so cute. They do such a good job at capturing the characters. I think, honestly, the cover art is some of the weaker art in terms of capturing the character designs. A lot of these pages do it really, really well. Lightning McQueen was one happy race car. Good for him. Proud of him. We love seeing one happy race car. Guys, I've never done an episode of Cars Book Club that's not a comic. I don't know how to do this. How do I narrate? Should I do a narrator voice? Lightning McQueen was one happy race car. I'm not doing that. He had just won the biggest race in North America. That's so specific to be, yeah, you know, the biggest race in North America. Not even in the United States, just in North America. Sorry, Canada. The Piston Cup's bigger than anything you're doing over there. It's like, why North America? I thought maybe it's because, oh, well, McQueen races for, you know, the World Grand Prix, which is all about different countries. But North America's not a country, it's a continent. Another reason why they probably just should have said the United States, but okay. Now he was home in Radiator Springs, celebrating with his girlfriend Sally and his best friend Mater. Hey, listen up, someone shouted. Lightning and Sally rolled indoors to see what all the excitement was about. Oh, this is perfect! I remember this beautiful image of Francesco being in the book when I read through it the first time, but it completely jump scared me. I forgot it was that funny. Oh, that's great. Oh, that's amazing. You know, this is really reminiscent of some artwork I remember having in Cars books from when I was very young for the first movie. I wonder if it's the same artist. The international racing sensation Francesco Bernoulli was on TV. Francesco is so superior to Lightning McQueen, it's funny, the cocky racer boasted. Then Lightning heard Mater call the talk show to defend his friend. When Francesco insulted Mater, Lightning's jaw dropped. Francesco was making fun of his best buddy. Bro's face is like, glom? epic book club callback. Thank you, I know. We have Mater talking there. Lightning told Francesco the race was on. It's funny, this book kind of partially reframes McQueen's actions here. Like, I really like how it phrases it. Like, it definitely is deeper. Because in the movie, McQueen is very annoyed at Mater that he did it. He's mad at Francesco for insulting him, but he's also annoyed at Mater, and it drops that element. And I just think that's funny. It kind of recontextualizes it. Anyway, as you can see, this is our first new scene. We get a little bit of content before they go off to the World Grand Prix. You can see McQueen's even in his World Grand Prix paint job. Until the next page when he's not in his World Grand Prix paint job. The art style is so simplistic. I don't want to dock points from this for, accuracy. I can't believe I entered that race, Mater, Lightning complained to the tow truck. I really did want to spend time with Sally. You're gonna beat that fancy-dancy Francesco, Mater said. He believed in Lightning and was proud to be the red car's best friend. They're really running out of ways to refer to McQueen. Oh, the red race car, sorry. I got this dent when you were stuck in that ditch over there. It's a sign of friendship. What dent, Mater? But Lightning was hardly listening to Mater. He was thinking about beating Francesco in the World Grand Prix. I like that they address the dent thing, because of course there's this running theme in Cars 2 that Mater really values his dents, because he's gotten them when he's with McQueen. They're signs of good times they've had together. And I like that this is established here. Even though this book features McQueen, they still find a way to tie in one of the most prominent parts of Mater's character from Cars 2. Everett cameo! Everett cameo! No way! More of this adorable art style. I love it so much. Look at this. Look at this. Oh, it's so great. I love it so much. I love that they're just little cubes with black line work on them. The next day, Sally drove to the airport to wish Lightning good luck. Show that handsome Francesco you're the fastest racer in the world, Sally said. I might just do that, Lightning replied, smiling. They capture their personalities so well in this one page. Ah! Why did they reuse it? This is my favorite thing. I love this so much. So usually I film this series on a tripod, but today I have to charge my phone. It was about to die, and I have to get this video done at a certain point today. So that's why I have full free range of motion, which is actually very helpful for this book. But of course, we have the classic, when I laugh, I start putting my camera down. Why do I always do that in videos? Have you noticed that? When I start, breaking with laughter, the first thing I do is start dropping the camera closer, which in the case of this is very beneficial. Look at that. Look. The first race, the World Grand Prix, was in Japan. When the race began, Lightning took the lead. Then he heard Mater over the headphones telling him to turn right. Lightning swerved right. Francesco spun past him, winning the race. Aha! Francesco has won! As predicted, Francesco boasted. I love how they add additional dialogue. Mater, why did you do that? Lightning shouted. I didn't mean to make you lose, Mater replied sadly. Later that day, Lightning discovered that Mater had flown home. Now I can focus on beating Francesco, Lightning thought. See, one thing I really like about this book is that it stays strictly from McQueen's perspective. I'm just going to say it now. The spy stuff is not mentioned here. At all. It isn't mentioned. They don't address Mater's entire plotline in the movie. They strictly keep it to McQueen and what's important to him. Even on this page, they only mention Sally driving over to wish McQueen goodbye. And usually, again, I would complain about that, but I think they do a very clever job at simplifying the story and just showing what's most important to McQueen. McQueen doesn't know what's going on with the Mater stuff, and this story isn't about that. It's so short. Typically, I complain so much about these stories rushing through the plots of the movies and condensing them, but this condenses it so well, and it's really interesting. This story is fully Cars 2 from McQueen's perspective. It's fully committed to that, and it makes it work really well, in my opinion. Instead of feeling like something's missing, they still tell a full story, despite the fact that, the main plot of the movie is not covered here. Anyway, and that's also what I was saying earlier, with Mater and the dents, to still address that and incorporate that, even though we don't see Mater's plotline. Anyway, soon the racers were off to Italy for the second international race. Lightning's pit crew spent a day visiting Luigi's hometown. Uncle Topolino, who was not explained, told Lightning that Guido and Luigi always used to fight, but always made up in the end. You gotta stand by your friends. Look at these two. They look like they're arguing over if Superman could beat Goku. Guido is definitely on Team Superman, and Luigi is definitely on Team Goku. These two are having none of it. These two are Marvel fans, and they couldn't care about Dragon Ball. McQueen's probably like a secret Naruto fan. Uncle Topolino looks like he's read every single chapter of One Piece. Anyway, another additional scene, and I really like this one. It's really cute. As it grew darker, Lightning slipped away to be by himself. Write that down, Cars Wiki. After McQueen went to the festival in Italy, he drove away on his own. He wandered the back roads and found some tractors, which we don't see, unfortunately, but decided it would be no fun to tip them without Mater. He looked up at the stars, but they weren't romantic without Sally. This book suddenly just got so deep and depressing. Finally, Lightning found a long, twisting dirt road. I almost said a wrong road. Wrong road, Lightning. You found the wrong one. Which actually might be true, considering what happens down here. Just like Willie's Butte back home, he thought. Lightning pushed himself... Oh, sorry. Just like Willie's Butte back home, he thought. Lightning pushed himself to the limit around the curves. Then he spun out, right into a ditch. He was stuck. Uncle Topolino coming in, the absolute goat of the Cars franchise right here. If Mater were here, he could tow me out, Lightning thought. Luckily, he saw some headlights approaching. Was it Mater? Hey, buddy, Lightning shouted. Over here! I could sure use a tow! But it wasn't Mater. It was Uncle Topolino. I love how this book adds more to Lightning feeling bad regarding Mater, and it gives you even more examples of how McQueen realizes he messed up. If something as simple as this scene were added to Cars 2, I think it would honestly improve the movie. Not only would it give us a little more of McQueen, but it would show us more of his character arc beyond McQueen gets mad at Mater in one scene and then feels bad in a later scene and Uncle Topolino tells him he's got to be better. This really does a great job, I think, at illustrating the upsetness McQueen is feeling. How bad he feels over this and how he really does feel like he messed up. All this in this little kid's book, right? As Uncle Topolino helped Lightning out of the ditch, he accidentally dented the red race car. See, it's all coming together! It's all coming together now! It's okay, Lightning said, thinking back to what Mater told him. Dents mean we're friends. Good. This is good, Uncle Topolino replied. He then proceeded to punch Lightning several times, saying, we're friends now, right? Yeah, despite the fact that I like that they incorporated the dent thing, I don't like how they phrase it as dents mean we're friends. That kind of comes off in a weird way. Punch your friends, says Racing Rivals, the book for children. The next day, the race in Italy was about to begin. Where's the rusty, dented truck? Francesco asked Lightning. Well, Lightning said, I messed up, and he went home. Francesco trying to process that information. Swoosh! The starting flag went down, and Lightning raced harder than ever. He did it for Mater, and when Lightning won, he realized that he had something Francesco didn't. Friends. Good friends. Like Mater and Sally, who would always believe in him, no matter what. They don't address the fact that every other racer got shot by a laser camera during the race and didn't finish it. But again, that's okay. They kind of skip past the spy stuff. Can't wait for people in the comments to be like, this is better than Cars 2 because it doesn't include the spy stuff. In England, Mater finally showed up. Mater, gee, it's good to see you, Lightning said. We're still best buddies, right? Mater asked. Absolutely, Lightning replied with a grin. And I'm sorry, Mater. Then he got an idea. The race of the century! Lightning McQueen versus... Why are they using it again? Why is this the third time? Why do they keep reusing this? And Francesco doesn't even have his last name written. How about racing in Radiator Springs? Lightning asked Francesco, completely glossing over the fact that they don't finish the London race because of a bomb strapped to Mater. It's the best way to find out who really is the fastest car in the world. Francesco is the fastest, Francesco said as he flashed a smile. Why can't I talk today? That smile probably looked like this, for the record. The race was on! Lightning was happy to get home to Radiator Springs. He went to see Sally right away. Sally spotted his new dent. Nice addition to the best-looking and sweetest race car in the world, she told him. That's such clunky dialogue. That is just the clunkiest dialogue. One of the worst written pieces of dialogue I think I've ever read, and that's saying something. I recently watched The Acolyte, I'm holding for your insane laughter at my sick roast of a TV show everyone agreed was pretty bad. Anyway, anyway, oh no, it's Cactus for Francesco! At the same time, Mater was pulling Francesco from a ditch out at Willie's Butte. Ah, ow, Francesco yelped. You got a dent! Hey, I guess we're all friends now, Mater said, delighted. The next day, the stands in the Radiator Springs Stadium were filled. When the flag went down, Lightning and Francesco took off. Ka-chow, Francesco, Lightning shouted as the two cars began their race, and their friendship, dents and all. Fully loaded! New Blu-ray combo back. 2 ways to watch. Blu-ray disc. Disney DVD includes Disney Pixar Cars 2 free movie admission with this purchase in theaters June 24th. Up to $8.50 at participating theaters. Open to Disney Movie Rewards members. Expires 8/7/11. Oh good, we still have time to do it. While supplies last. See inside for details. Void where prohibited. Valid only in the US. Copyright Disney Pixar. Available April 12th. When did this come out compared to the movie? So this must have come out a little bit before the movie, huh? Classic marketing push, spoiling the movie. I guess it doesn't spoil much other than McQueen and Mater get mad at each other. Mater comes back in England. Okay, so I guess it does spoil quite a bit, huh? Regardless, I absolutely adore this book. Easily one of my favorite things I've reviewed on Ty's Cars Book Club so far. It does a great job expanding the story of Cars 2 and giving McQueen a little more to do by adding to his storyline, giving us scenes that are honestly kind of sorely missing from the movie. I love the additional scenes that were created for this book here, especially the one of him driving in Italy at night. I think it was so great having him crash in the cactus just like he does in the first movie when Mater shows his kindness and friendship by towing McQueen out. But here, Mater isn't there to save him, and Uncle Topolino does it. The dent stuff I could kind of do without, but that's something stupid in the original movie that this book just carried over. While other adaptations we've seen and reviewed in the series try to cram everything into a short story, this book is clever and selective, only telling you what absolutely needs to be told. It doesn't give you the complete story of Cars 2, but it gives you a pretty complete story about McQueen in Cars 2, and I think that makes it pretty great. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think about this in the comments. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye now.